back blind guy, and welcome to Transforming Adversity into Opportunity. My story, your story. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the virome, microbiome, and your genetics. And I'm going to make this very simple and truthful and to inform everybody of what's really going on. Okay, evolution wise, uh, after the Big Bang and all the gases and things like that, and everything getting solid, things evolved from single cells to multiple cells to transfer of information. And that transfer information was by something called a bacteriophage or virus. Now, initially there were pre-bacteria called archaea, okay, and evolution continued on, right? Now, here's the thing. Viruses predated humankind, uh, predated plants, predated insects, predated fungus. And so what viruses are they're protein sacs filled with RNA or DNA. Viruses do not consume energy. They do not create energy. They carry information cell to cell, organ to organ, vessel to vessel, from the outside, what's in the environment, to the inside within us, and vice versa. Viruses in us carry information to the outside. As I discussed last time, anywhere in our world, there are 10 to the 31st, 31 zeros of viruses in the air, in the water, in the soil, in plants. You find them in your pets. Yes, your valuable pets. Uh, Cats, dogs, parakeets, whatever pets you have, they have viruses in them. Okay, and viruses are technically not living, so they're not part of your microbiome. They are information carriers, and they need a living host to live in so they can reproduce or replicate. Okay, viruses don't kill. Can you get that straight? Viruses don't kill. They are information carriers. Now, back when Louis Pasteur came up with something called germ theory, in other words, germs meaning microbes, he said could kill. He was wrong, and he's been debunked. Okay, and another thing that was debunked for thousands and thousands of years, everyone thought that the sun revolved around the earth and the earth was the center of the universe. And this went on for centuries and centuries until these couple guys with telescopes, Copernicus and Galileo, saw that, oh, the sun is the center of this universe and all the other planets revolve around it. And we've learned later that there are billions of universes out there and billions of planets within those universes. And all these planets are round, by the way. Okay, they're not flat. As there's this weird thing going around now of these, how the earth is flat and all that, and garbage. Because in about 500 BCE, Pythagoras came up with an equation and theory that stated the earth was round or circular. Okay? But it took over 2,000 years for the telescope to inform Copernicus as well as Galileo that planets are round, circular, and the earth is circular, not flat. So we had to take time to learn that, and that changed the minds of everyone living, especially clergy, because we were under the false assumption that our earth was flat, and it's not. So here, now we come to viruses. Viruses are not living, and they predate humankind, and they are information carriers, and they are valuable to us because without them we would be dead. Without them we would not have genetics. Now here, let's get into to our genome and the Human Genome Project. We have 20,000 genes, human genes. Okay, the fruit fly has 14,000 genes. A flea has 30,000 genes. So we're somewhere in the middle here, but we're quite more evolved than fleas and flies, right? Okay, so here it is. Over the course of time, in the development of those 20,000 genes, viruses, or what we call bacteriophage, integrated directly into those genes. So 50% of our genome is viral. Okay, and within our microbiome, and I'll concentrate on the gut microbiome, we have over 30,000 different species of bacteria, which is about 1 million genes. Okay. We have 300,000 different species of parasites, and that's 2 billion genes. You got a lot of parasites in you. You didn't know that, did you? We also have over 5 million different species of fungus, call them fungi, which is about 1.25 trillion genes. So we are more non-human than human, but all these cells, all these kingdoms live commensally or in harmony with each other. That gives us good health. Now, who makes viruses? We do. And all the other entities out there, but primarily humans make viruses. So, and we already have 10 to the 15th power, 15 viruses in us already. Okay. Every time we exhale, it's 10 to the 8 viruses. Okay. In a liter of salt water, there's 10 to the 8 0 viruses. In 1 gram of a baby's poop. So here's some perspective. 1 ounce is equal to 28.3 grams. 1 gram has 10 to the 8th, 8 zeros of viruses in your baby's poop. Okay. With new viruses, what happens is that it updates our genetics. It updates our genes so we become more resilient. Viruses are not to be feared. They're here to be embraced and here to be acknowledged, because without them, we would die. Without them, we'll be less resilient. Without them, our species would become extinct. So cut this shit out about killing viruses. We need them. Let's embrace them. Okay. Now, terrain theory, and this is Claude Bernard, Antoine Deschamps, indicate that we have those colonies of microbes in us, and when those colonies are robust and living in balance, that we are healthy. When we get sick, it's become when those colonies are not balanced, and when we are introduced to new microbes, we have to let them integrate, into us. So we rebalance and we become stronger. We become more resilient. We have genes that also grow. You might call them mutated, but they grow, they modify. And so as our generations go on, we become stronger and stronger, more resilient and more resilient. Viruses or bacteriophage, they must be embraced, they must be welcomed, they must be appreciated, not feared. We don't kill them. We need to allow them to grow. We need to allow them to integrate. We need them to proliferate so our species can grow and become more resilient. So here's the thing, especially in this episode here, is that our genetics and what acts on them, epigenetics, okay, is heavily influenced by viruses. Viruses are our friends, everybody. Okay, now I'll repeat that. Viruses are our friends because they help us become stronger and more resilient. They're going to help our next generations live and thrive in a world that will be much different than ours, both in climate, not only just the environment, but also socially. So we've got to get off this killing of viruses thing, everyone. We've got to get into not being fearful. It is fear that is killing everyone. Okay, poor eating, those eating lousy foods that are in nursing homes that are much older and in poor health, taking drugs, these medications. Okay, and medications are drugs; they're chemicals. Some might have a short-term good effect, but most of them disrupt the virome, disrupt the microbiome. Those drugs there have limited amounts of benefit. Given at the right time, it can, yes, save your life. But we have to get back to natural foods, organic foods, pesticide-free, okay, chemical-free. That's what we were meant to eat. Everyone, viruses are your friends, not your enemies. Get that into your heads. Get over the fear. Get over waiting for the government to save you. They never will. They don't care about you. Care about yourselves. Start to look all this stuff up. And if I'm wrong, you let me know, because I'm not wrong. My agenda, and yes, I have one, is to have everyone be their healthiest best. My goal, my lifelong mission, is to educate, inspire, and empower people to live their greatest lives in high expression, rich in love, peace, joy, harmony, abundance, gratitude, and inclusion. Everyone, take a step back. Do not fear viruses. Embrace them. Increase your immunity or strength by eating better, getting more sleep, having more positive thoughts, and getting rid of your fear, exchanging that with courage. You can do this. You can do this. Things will worsen if you allow it to. Dig your heels in and say no. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to good health. Say yes to unconditional love. You can do this. We can do this. This is how we work together. Not be fearful together, but be joyous together. Be loving together. Be forward progressing together. We can do this. We can make a better humanity. We have to say no to these government exploiters. Okay, we have to say no to the people that want to control us. We have to say no to censorship. We have to say yes to freedom. And everyone, make no mistake, we have to fight for our freedom if you want it at all. I'm Dr. Randall George Nosal, the Bounce Back Blind Guy. If you like this, let me know. And please do go to my YouTube channel, my YouTube show, New Enlightened Lifestyle Medicine, with my co-host Patrick Herbert, and tune in there. Subscribe, because there we tell the truth. We arm you with information so you can benefit your families and yourself and the next generations to come. We can do this, but only if we use truth, actual truth, real truth, actual facts, and to fight for yourself. Let's fight together. Check you out later.